Today we're out here touring some luxury communities in the top suburb and a location. In here we have bigger lots, we have beautiful homes. We're 10 minutes to Costco. You can see the mountains from this neighborhood. We're 5 minutes from the foothills just right down here. And as you guys can see, these houses, most all of them have an RV garage. And this house in particular is absolutely beautiful. It has one of the probably coolest kitchens I think I have seen, especially in this community. So we're gonna take a look at that, of course. And just this community as a whole. It's gonna have your bigger lots, a lot more luxury homes, and at the end there's an insane deal for being in this community at a price point that many of you guys can actually probably afford if you're looking in this price range. So really cool opportunity, and wait for the end where we go tour that one. But first, as you guys can see from the front of this house, but then even these windows walking into this entrance, this home right here is absolutely gorgeous. The kitchen is one of my favorites. It's so beautiful. So we're gonna take a look at that, and we'll just kind of start stepping into this house. And for those of you who are new, or maybe you saw the thumbnail, if you don't know what this is a rubber ducky, and I hide him in the videos, and the person to find him in one spot in the video and comment down below the timestamp that he was in, I send you guys a Starbucks gift card. And for those of you watching on TV right now, send me a text, shoot me a text with where he's at in the video, and I'll send you guys a Starbucks gift card. So take a look out for him during the video, but let's get into it. And this is a channel for those of you looking to move to Boise, Idaho. So I am here to give you guys information to help you with your decision. This isn't just home tours. I'm trying to educate you guys on the areas, the suburbs, so that you can make the best decision for you. And I'm not just a transactional real estate agent. You get to reach out. When you reach out to me, you get me texting, showing you houses, and hopefully building relationships in a community, because that's what I care about. I care about helping you guys, and even if Boise isn't moving here, then that's what it is gonna be. I wanna do what's best for you guys. So that's what the channel is all about. Let's take a look at this house. And of course, as we're touring these homes, we're also gonna be talking about the community and a lot of the different things that you guys need to know about moving here. But right off the start, I mean, the entrance to the house, and you guys will see on the inside of this home in particular, just how awesome this is to have all this natural light, and the rest of the house is beautiful as well. But tons of windows, kind of just a beautiful kind of grand entrance into this house. And then we'll step into the front door, and just right when you walk in this house, it has kind of that wow factor. You have the beams up top with the cathedral, you have the beautiful stone fireplace, and you guys get a glimpse at the cabinets here that we'll see in the kitchen. And the kitchen has some extra touches that are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm excited to show you guys that. But really big living area. And this house is gonna be one of the bigger houses that we look at today. The second house that we look at actually is gonna be a Trasidio 2-story home. So for those of you who watch my videos, you know that I've toured quite a few Trasidio homes. That's the builder. And they build all over the valley. There's a ton in this community. So even if you're not looking to move to an area like this, Eagle, Idaho, one of the top suburbs in Boise, especially for those of you looking for more luxury real estate or wanting to be close to the Boise River and foothills, Trasidio builds all over Eagle, but they also build in Kuna and Meridian and Star. And so if you like some of the floor plans that we look at with Trasidio, especially that second one, you can use that for other suburbs. So these videos are home tours, but they're valuable no matter which suburb you're looking at. Today in particular, we'll just be talking about Eagle, and we're out here by Star too, pretty close to Star, so I'll be giving some information on those as well. But right here off the front, so right off the front door, you have a really big office space with these den doors. Those windows that you saw in the front let in a ton of natural light in this office space. Nice accent wall, and you'll see the style throughout this house really keeps it in sync. And in these price points, you're gonna be getting more designer type homes where the whole theme throughout the house, colors and everything is matched. But nice office space, plenty of room. And then it's right off the living area, which is nice. And it connects to your garage and your laundry room. And then your laundry room actually connects to your master that we'll take a look at. But wanted to take you guys into the garage of this house first. So this is a home built by Shadow Mountain Homes, one of the kind of mid-tier builders in here, mid-tier luxury style builders. So for those of you who don't know, we have your starter homes, which are your Hayden homes, your CBH homes, Hubble, Lennar, Toll Brothers, and then more of your mid-luxury tier to where, you know, your microwave's not gonna be above your stovetop. You're gonna have higher end finishes. You're gonna have 10, 9-foot ceilings, and more of a kind of luxury, higher end feel for not always that much more expensive. Your builders are going to be Shadow Mountain, which we're in now, Tresidio, which we're going to take a look at, Woodbridge Pacific Group, Highland Homes, Berkeley, Biltmore. Those are going to be the main builders that are here in the Boise area. So for those of you who are looking into builders on your own, not just in these videos, that gives you names to kind of look at. But right here in the RV garage, so one thing with Shadow Mountain and some of these homes is they have the epoxy flooring already included. You have the mini garage out to your backyard. And then you have the big RV garage with an oversized 2-car garage on this side. So plenty of space in this garage, and most of the homes we look at and most of the homes in this community are going to be that. Plenty of space, and those RV garages I know are so popular right now with all the things you can do with it. And this community is called Stag's Crossing. So there's about 5 or 6 different builders. There's some smaller builders, but Tresidio, Shadow Mountain, Highland Homes, and then Woodbridge Pacific Group are the main builders out here. You get beautiful walking paths. It's a nice community. All of the homes are going to be on bigger lots. So this home is on 0.34 acres, so not quite half an acre, but you're not going to be crammed into your neighbors. You have good sized backyards. You have plenty of room for these big garages, and almost every house in here is 0.3 acres to almost all the way up to half an acre. So a lot of big lots, and I know that's a popular thing, especially out here in Eagle and Star. Now, right off the garage, so we had the garage here, office was there in the front door, laundry room. You kind of see these cabinets again, that cream with the gold touches. You do have the rock countertops in the laundry room as well with the sink, and then it connects over to your master closet. Good size master closet, pretty standard for a home this size at around 2,700 square feet. And then your bathroom right here, you get the standalone tub with the window. You have the dual vanities, and then you do get so that wall is actually all tiled with these really cool accent lights or lights in your bathroom, and then the mirror all the way up to the ceiling. And these are the kinds of touches that you're not gonna get in the lower end builders, your more starter homes. These are the types of luxury finishes that I was kind of talking about a second ago. And then over here on the other side, you have a walk-in closet, and I want to show you guys this floor really quick because it's so cool. It's like a white crystal kind of river rock, and then you have a bench in here with built-in space for your shampoo and stuff, and then you also have dual shower heads in here. So really good size and cool walk-in shower. Another one of those kind of added touches, and you guys can see the 10-foot ceilings in here with the 8-foot doors. And that's another kind of key feature of some of the more luxury builders here. And then here's your master, so pretty good size, nothing crazy, but I always prefer to have your master bedroom be a little bit smaller than oversized, because otherwise it turns into wasted space. And that's actually a good time to talk about how when you guys have criteria for buying a house out here and you want a certain square footage, sometimes you'd be surprised at what 200 to 500 square feet smaller or bigger than what your criteria is because things like the master bedroom, where some houses might have a giant master bedroom that takes up an extra 200-300 square feet, but functionally is what's gonna matter for you guys. So keep that in mind, is that what we really wanna look for is, if you're looking at houses or moving here, is you want functional square footage. There's homes that are 2,500 square feet that feel like they're 3,000 square feet, and it's personalized to you. So when you guys reach out to me, I mentioned it at the beginning, I'm here to provide value. Right today we're looking at luxury homes, but next week we might be looking at $400,000 homes, because I know not all of you guys are moving here and wanting to just buy, the $500,000 to $1.5 million houses. I want to show you guys and give you guys information on all of the things you need to know that's actually going to be helpful in your move to Boise. And part of that is really tailoring it to you as a person moving here. So whether that's asking you the right questions, getting to know you, seeing what your criteria, your family, your situation is, and then finding the home that's actually going to fit that. And having the benefit of having good relationships with these new construction people and touring all these houses and actually being an active real estate agent. I'm out there every single day showing houses. I might be able to find things that you guys wouldn't think of, and hopefully we have a good enough relationship and we get to know each other that I can really tailor it to you guys and make sure that making the best decision for you and your family. So shoot me a text or a call anytime, whether you're moving in a year or you're moving next week, it really does not matter. I just look forward to meeting you guys. I love helping you guys and hearing the stories of why you're moving to Boise. So really look forward to hearing from you guys, but wanted to touch on that when you guys are looking for a home. And now we're gonna show you the kitchen, which is my absolute favorite part of this house. And then of course, a 2-story home that is bigger than this one, but it's more affordable. And then at the end, probably it is the best deal in this community, and for the area that we're in Eagle, Idaho, it's a really good price for the community that this is. So flip it around, stop doing the suspense, but here is the kitchen, and as we get closer, you guys might see what I personally liked, but drop your comments down below if you disagree with me. We'll see what you guys think. I really loved this accent vent hood right here. Has a really nice look with these cream cabinets, and then you have the 2-tone cabinets on either side. Just a beautiful looking kitchen with the big island, and you of course have storage space underneath the island there. Plus you get a little wine coffee bar on this side of the kitchen. You have your wine fridge right there, plenty of cabinet space. You have the cabinets all the way up to the 10-foot ceilings. You have the Thermador 6-burner right here with this just beautiful vent hood right here. Just imagine like cooking here. I would love to be able to cook in this kitchen, entertain. Nice open layout with all this natural lighting, all of these windows all the way throughout. Just a beautiful kitchen, and a reason I chose this house is I just loved the layout in here, and then especially this kitchen, and this isn't even all of it. So you obviously have the double oven right here. You have your fridge over here, sinks on the island, but then you also get a butler's kitchen. So little prep kitchen in here with extra cabinet space. And no, this isn't your pantry is right here. So tons of space in this kitchen, which I absolutely love. And just an added benefit to an already beautiful kitchen. Absolutely love this house. It's gorgeous. And as promised, want to talk to you guys a little bit about the pros and the cons, and then we're gonna head into the backyard of this house because big lots out here, you guys wanna see what those look like, and I think these are perfect size lots for those of you who want a bigger lot, but you don't want to have to upkeep a ½ acre or an acre and spend your entire weekends mowing the lawn and trimming and taking care of the bushes and all of that stuff. But out here in Eagle, towards Star, we're right next to Star. It's probably the most popular spot that a lot of people are moving, especially Star. Eagle is gonna be a lot more expensive than anywhere else in the valley, and Star is quickly catching up to where Eagle is at. So Star has grown 80, actually more like 100% after this year in the last 4 years. So it's basically doubled in population just in the last 4 years. And with that, home prices have skyrocketed. And so you're looking at Star and Eagle looking to be more of your luxury, higher end, kind of these smaller communities with, you know, $700,000 to $1.5 million houses. With that, you're farther away from Boise. So from here, from Staggs Crossing, we're about 35 to 55 minutes, depending on what kind of traffic you hit into downtown Boise. We are 10 minutes from Costco that I mentioned at the beginning in Meridian. And then around Costco, you have a Winco, there's restaurants there. You have a ton of stuff in that North Meridian area that's really popular. So you do get quick access to that when you're in Staggs Crossing versus if we just went down the street into Star. You're gonna be more like 15, maybe 20 minutes away, depending on traffic. Eagle also has the Boise River, so one of the big things about Eagle and Star is you get the foothills, which you can see from this neighborhood as you guys have seen in the drone shots. But you get the Boise River, so you get the green belt, you get access there to hang out there in the summer, you can go fishing there, do all of the cool things outdoors. And then we have a ton of BLM land out here, and Staggs Crossing is a little bit farther out in Eagle. So lots of cool stuff with this community. Love these homes, love these builders, and it's only gonna get better from here, especially if this price point that I'll go over here in a second is a little bit too high. There's homes in here that can actually make work for some of you that you might not think would be possible. But let's take a step into the backyard so you guys can see some of these lot sizes. You have a vaulted outdoor covered patio as well with this kind of cool wood finish. Really good sized covered patio back here. And then this is the backyard. So a lot of these lots are gonna look very similar to this, where you have longer, not quite as deep backyards, but really wide, 100, 120 foot wide lots. And they do put a lot of rock in for landscaping. A lot of that's for drainage because out here in Boise we have clay type material. But I'll step you guys around the corner so you can see plenty of room here on the side. You can see the door that goes to your RV garage. And then you do have space here. You could fit a trailer if you wanted to throw in like a little trailer gate there. Plenty of room, but as you can see, there's not a ton of grass. So you can still mow this lawn without having to have a riding lawnmower. Very manageable with all of the rock in here. So not as much upkeep while still getting the space that you want with homes with more land. And with that, a lot of people, when they want an acre, they don't realize quite what they're getting themselves into. And so I find that these are really good options for those of you who want space and land, but you don't, or you've never lived on a home that has acreage, because a lot of people don't realize quite what it entails as far as upkeep and the extra things that you need to do, starting to get into, you know, a riding lawnmower or certain landscaping things that you have to do. So nice benefit out here, and you get the community feel in a neighborhood like this. So you're still gonna have a lot of families here. You're gonna have more homes, more people walking past. Just driving in here today, I saw 3 different people walking their dogs. So cool community feel, and that's a big reason we're moving. A lot of you guys are moving out here is you want the community, the culture, and all of the nice people that Boise has to offer. It's one of the #1 things I hear. But this home is gonna be listed at $1.16 million, and it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,700 square feet, like I said at the beginning, with obviously that really big extra office space. But $1.16 million for where we're at in Eagle for a home like this is pretty par with what we see. It's not gonna be anything crazy deal. But like I said, as we go to the next house, which is a 3,100 square foot home, absolute gorgeous Trasidio home, and then the next one gets even cheaper than the second one. So we're just gonna keep going down in price while not sacrificing that much in size. The last home we look at is 2,600 square feet, so it's almost the same size as the house we just went through for a lot cheaper, a much better deal, and it's right on the park that is in here. There's a huge community grass area, and you get it right in your front lawn so you don't have neighbors across the street. So let's go take a look at home #2. We'll make that one a little bit quicker and really just focus on the home. And then at the end, we'll go through the best deal in this community, and I'll give you a little bit more information on the area, a lot on the culture out here in Star, and we'll take a look at the best deal out here in Staggs Crossing. But let's go take a look at home #2. Okay, we're out here at home #2. As you can see, it's gonna be a 2-story. You still get the RV/boat bay. So one thing is, this is a little bit wide, but boat bays are a little bit shorter, so they're not quite as tall, which I love, because sometimes when you get the big, huge RV garages, it just looks like your house is a big shop. So nice that they did this on this 2-story. And again, this one's a Trasidio. We'll step inside, and this one's gonna be a lot bigger than the last one for a little bit cheaper. So it's gonna be 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and it's 3,100 square feet. Plus the backyard, which we'll take a step out onto here at the end, is gonna be a lot bigger than the last house we looked at because it's a 2-story. So if you get 2-story houses, they don't have as big of a footprint, so you get more backyard versus if it's a 1-story. Now, stepping out here right into the front. So pretty similar setup to what we see in a lot of houses: living room, kitchen's over there, master's over here. And then this one has a half bath right here off the front. Little nice for entertaining. You guys know how it is. And then here's a bedroom with a walk-in closet. So good sized bedroom so that you can have, you know, if you have, I don't know, a mother-in-law that lives here, or somebody who's older, or you just want one of the kids downstairs in the main living area. Nice to have that right up off the front. And then your living area is right here. And as a reminder, keep a lookout for the rubber ducky. He could have been in the video, could be in this house, could be at any point in the video. So drop a comment or text me if you're watching on TV. And just comment things. If there's things that you guys don't like that I do in these videos, if you wish they would be improved on, if you're like, Brady, shut up, stop talking about the suburbs, just show us the dang house, then just comment below. It helps me provide you guys with the most value, and I can take it. I can take the criticism, and always happy to get some crap in the comments. But remember to look for the duck. Now, living area, and then your kitchen will be over here. Pretty standard Trucidio kitchen. They all have a very similar style with a lot of these light woods. Sometimes they'll go darker, and then sometimes they'll do a white or like a little sage or even a darker tan. But you have the convection oven / microwave with the oven below it. Then you have the KitchenAid 6-burner. You have your island facing out here. You do get the coffee bar, kind of like the last house we looked at, where your fridge would go here. This heads out to the garage, and then your laundry room is actually down here. So you do get the master over there, then the bedroom up front, your laundry room's here, and then you have 3 bedrooms upstairs that we'll go take a look at. So sometimes that can always be a little bit crappy having to walk your laundry downstairs for the kids, but it's good for them. Learn how to do chores and be responsible, right? So pantry here, take a step out into the backyard, and the master. Want to take you guys upstairs first. The garage, we'll just step out there really quick actually. So mudroom here, garage is the RV bay, but with this Trucidio, you don't get the epoxy floored garage, as you guys can see, and then you don't get the door out the back like you saw at the last house. But as I walk upstairs, I'll give you guys a little information and just chat about that for a second. So even though this home is cheaper, it's 400 square foot bigger. It's got 2 extra bedrooms, and there's a flex space upstairs that we'll take a look at here in a second. So for the price, if you don't care about some of the higher end finishes, kind of like the kitchen and the master bathroom that we saw at the last house, and you want more size, these are types of homes that are going to be really good for those of you who are fine with Trucidio. They're still a beautiful builder. They still have nice high-end finishes. Even in this 2-story, we have 9-foot ceilings up here, but it's not going to be quite as luxury as the last house that we looked at. So just something to think about as far as price point and size. But now we're upstairs, so flex space that I talked about is going to be right there. You're going to have kind of a suite style bedroom there that has its own bathroom, and then 2 bedrooms here, but we'll take a look into the flex space first. So really good sized flex space up here, bonus room, entertainment, homeschooling, you know what it is. And then out here you do have windows looking over the neighbor, but you can see one of the walking paths right there that goes through the entire neighborhood. We are up high enough that you can actually almost see I just got shocked. You can see the Boise River over there. You got the trees over here. Another family out there with the dog right now. So give you guys an idea of the community. And then you do have a full-size bath with a tiled shower right off of this flex space. Nice to have that. And then you have these 2 bedrooms. I won't walk you through both of them because they're literally identical. They're just flip-flopped. But in bedroom number 1, the small window in the corner, you have your more standard closet. So Trucidio does give you the built-ins, shelving in the center, but dual sides for your hanging your clothes. Pretty standard closet in here. The next bedroom will be the same, so exact same as the last one we looked at. And you have a closet here, and then this is that suite style bedroom I told you guys about. So you have the standard closet there. You get a bigger window in here with a little nook reading area, and you get a full-size bath with the tiled shower, so same as the last one in the room. So junior suite is what you would call this, and that is the upstairs. And as you guys can see, this house is a lot bigger, especially with the 2 stories. And then we're gonna head downstairs to take a look at the master, and then of course keep looking out for the duck, and then stay for the end where I go through the most affordable home in here. That is a really good deal, and it's built by Todd Campbell Custom Homes. They build a great home. All these builders build a great home. In Boise, we're extremely blessed to have amazing builders. There's very few. There's only a couple in the starter home range that I don't like to show, or I tell clients maybe watch out for quality. Everybody else here is absolutely amazing. We're held to a really high standard in Boise, so pretty much every builder is going to be pretty comparable. It's very small details that kind of make the difference between the 2. But let's head into the master, and then we'll talk more about the community and the culture out here at the last house as well. But little private hallway into your master bedroom with the beautiful accent wall over here. And all 3 of these houses are for sale. So these are move-in ready homes. You can build out here though. So in a lot of these communities or houses that I tour, Most of them are for sale. Sometimes they're model homes. Sometimes they went pending that day or right before it went live on YouTube. But a lot of them you can build in the same community. So there's still lots out here that are empty that if you guys want a different floor plan or a different price point, or you just want to customize it to what you want. With Tracidio, with all of these builders, you can basically custom build it. So you can pick every little aspect, you can change things with the floor plan. And so just know that. And it's a really great tool, especially for those of you who might be like 7-8 months out. It's awesome because you can pay today's prices, pick everything you want. It gives you more time to sell your house. And then in 7-8 months, the home is built and ready to be moved in, right in time for you to be here. Sometimes that's a little less stressful because you have time to plan and prepare and do all those things. And you know that when you're moving to Boise, you already have a home that's gonna be ready for you. So something to think about there. Now heading to the master bathroom. So this is another classic Tracidio look. You're gonna get this in a lot of their houses, is the two vanities with that same kind of natural wood style. You get the wood frame mirrors. And then you have a standalone tub with a window above, and then a walk-in shower. And this is a single dual head or a single shower head, pretty standard toilet room. And then your walk-in closet is right here. So pretty standard walk-in closet, maybe a little smaller than we typically see in a 3,100 square foot home, but very manageable, plenty of space in here to deal with that. Now we'll head to the backyard, and then we'll head over to the cheapest house in this neighborhood. That is a great deal. It has vaulted ceilings, still an amazing build. And we'll take a look at that one, but let's take a look in the backyard so you guys can see. And you guys have seen it on the drone shots as well, but wanted to show you guys what it looks like when you're walking out here. So tons of space, and you have that path over here. So a lot more grass than the last house we looked at. Plenty of space around the sides as well. So really good lots out here. And that's a big reason we came out here. And you can see the foothills from here. So the foothills are literally just right in the backyard of this community. You can see the mountains over there. Beautiful community out here. And that's home number 2. And this one's listed at 1.15. And Tracidio does have promotions right now, although this is the last day in February when I'm filming this. So in March, it may go down a little bit, especially with how much the market has picked up this year. I literally just got off the phone with James Clyde, one of the builders out here in Boise, and they were just talking about how they're raising prices. They're running out of inventory because the market's picked up so much. So real-time data right as we're filming this is, as I've been saying in some of the past videos, the market's picking up. Builders are gonna start removing incentives and increasing prices. And then right as I'm filming from the last house to this one, got a call from one of the builders, and she was telling me that he's bumping prices up and it's already starting to happen. So good to know for you guys, but let's head over to the last house. Excited to show you this one. Best deal in the neighborhood. Let's head over. Okay, we're out here at the last house, but one cool thing about this is obviously you get the RV bay, and this is gonna be the most affordable home by far, but this is what you get right across the street. So you get this big park, you have a play area over there, you have amazing views of the mountains. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's never the same on camera, but this whole neighborhood has those views of the mountains out here. Really cool spot. And as we head into the house, you guys will see why this is a great deal. And even in the backyard, so those mountains I just showed you, you get a view of those in the backyard, which is absolutely outstanding. And we'll take a step into this home. So right off the front, it's gonna be pretty standard to what we see in a lot of these houses, where you have the office up front. You do get the wainscoting in here, which is beautiful. And this house is built by Todd Campbell Custom Homes. So beautiful home builder. They do a really good job. For those of you who have seen an acreage video out in Middleton, I actually toured the same floor plan, but it has different finishes. So we'll check out the finishes. There's a bonus room up top, and then it has an amazing backyard as well. But right here, obviously you get the nice vaulted ceilings with the windows on either side, the fireplace, a little bit more modern style kitchen than the last two we looked at. So you get the black and the white and the more sleek kind of design look. You get the stovetop burner One thing about Todd Campbell is they do use top of the line appliances. So you get Wolf appliances here, you get a Sub-Zero refrigerator, and you get the double oven over here. That is also a Wolf appliance. So they always go pretty top of the line when it comes to appliances. Walk-in pantry here. And then you do get a little bit of a coffee kind of wine bar. And as a reminder, again, this one is only 200, really like 150 square feet smaller than the first house we looked at. And Todd Campbell Custom Homes does do an amazing job as far as some of their finishes. So when you hear the price on this one, seeing the difference between this house and that one, and they have the same size lots, all three of these really, kind of keep that in mind and let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this one versus the first one and the price point once we go over that at the end, especially with the bonus room upstairs. You get 3 bedrooms, the same as the last one. The only thing you don't really get is as big of an office, but for the most part, you get all of the same stuff. It just has a little bit different layout and a little bit different finishes. But right here off the living area and kitchen, you're gonna have your garage out there. Your master is gonna be over here, and then your 2 spare bedrooms over here will be in their own little hallway, and they're really good sized bedrooms. These bedrooms are actually really big. So pretty good sized bedroom in here. You have a shared bathroom right here with tiling all the way up to the wall. You get kind of that Tricidio look, so more natural look, wood than kind of like we saw in the last house. And then you have the wood frame mirror. You have the laundry room right here. No sink in this one, but you do get the stone countertops, you get the cabinet space, tile flooring, and then spare bedroom number 2 is over here. Another really big one. You get the taller closet doors, which I do like. That gives it kind of a nice look. Plus it gives you a little bit more room. Those doors are a little bit bigger. And then across the way will be the master, and then of course the office up front. But we will head upstairs to show you the bonus room before we go and take a look at that master bedroom and master bathroom. And as promised, wanted to talk a little bit more about the culture of Star and even Eagle. We're in Eagle, but we're like 2 miles down the road from Star. So it's very similar out here. You're gonna have much more small town feel, much more conservative. This part may not be as conservative as the other side of Star. So a lot of people out here, they're gonna be happy that Trump's president. They're gonna love their guns. They're gonna love family. There's a lot of homeschooling people out here. There's a lot of people that moved here from California, and they specifically chose Star because of the politics and the culture and the way of living. I've talked about it 100 times, but Star has more American flags in front of houses than any other suburb in Boise. You have a smaller town feel, but it's growing. So one thing about that is you only have a Ridley's and a Albertsons in Star, which Albertsons is a little bit more expensive. And then both of those grocery stores don't have quite as many options as maybe a Costco or a Winco or even a Walmart. But it's growing, and so there are things that are coming. And like I said, Costco is only 10 minutes away from this community in particular. But part of the thing that I've talked about is the growth is you do get a little bit more crowded in Star, specifically around rush hour time. So they haven't planned for the growth, and I don't know how you would with how fast it's grown. And so traffic can get a little bad in Star. It's a little more crowded versus what I tell you guys all the time. Star and Kuna are the most comparable suburbs as far as size and style. They have very similar culture, style, size, but Kuna's technically double the size, but it feels way smaller than Star does because Kuna planned for the infrastructure, and Kuna is actually closer to a lot of the things in Meridian, like the Village in Meridian or what's going to be the 10-mile district or even Winco. And then a Costco's coming out to Kuna here in the next couple of years too. So big difference there, but wanted to just touch on that. That way in all these videos, you're not just getting home tours, but you're actually getting kind of educated and learning more and more about the suburbs and the communities and the specific things. So good thing to know about. Another thing about Star and Kuna is they have some of the lowest tax rates. They have Kuna is about 0.6%, and then Star can be as low as 0.5%. So really good tax rates there. And you get the homeowner's exemption for those of you that don't know in Idaho, where it's $125,000 off your assessed value. So even lower taxes, just a couple things to know there. But we're up in the bonus room. So you do get a bathroom in here, and it is a full bath. So you could turn this into kind of a guest suite up here or have like a pull-out couch. Longer bonus room, entertainment room up here. And I love this park across the front of the street. When I was pulling up, there was a couple people out there with their dogs. But having this view, so you're not looking across right onto another house, is pretty cool. And that is the bonus room. We'll head down to the master, and then of course we'll talk about the price. And of course, curious what you guys think of this one versus the first house that we looked at. So comment down below what you guys think, and then after I reveal the price, let me know. We'll go into the garage really quick actually, so you guys can see the difference. You still get the epoxy floors, so same as the first house, and then you do get the RV bay. You just don't get the door out to your backyard, but very similar to the last house. And then when you enter your garage, you're right into the living area and the kitchen. And then this is the stairs kind of hidden. And then your master is going to be right over here past the dining area. You still get the covered vaulted ceiling patio with a pretty good sized backyard. Same, it's a little bit bigger than the first one we looked at actually, so kind of nice to have that. You get a little bit more grass. It's not quite as long, but more room back there. And then your little private hallway into your master bedroom to make it a little bit more private. And I love these 3 windows right here, especially in the winters when we get inversions or it's just dark early. Really helps let in that natural light, especially in the mornings. But good sized master bedroom, pretty much the same size as the last 2 that we took a look at. And then I really love this master bathroom. So I love this shower. You can see they did a really nice job with these inserts. As we get closer, you'll see more. You have the standalone tub with the window right there. You have the tiling all the way on the wall right there. You have the vanity here, which is for the men. And then over here is the vanity for the women. And then you even get like a little makeup vanity section right there with its own designated mirror. So really love this bathroom setup. I love when the vanities are on opposite sides, so you're not, hitting elbows, you're not feeling crowded. You kind of have your own space on either side. And then this tiling is just beautiful. This kind of backsplash tiling here. You guys hopefully can see the color a little bit. And then these are those shelves that I was talking to you guys about. They even put it on the back side of those built-ins. So it's these little finishes, even little things like this black trim around the tile. A lot of like lower end builders, or even some of these builders don't even do, but they add those little tiny touches, or like this mirror in the walk-in closet that's built in. So it's inlaid into your walk-in closet is nice. Those are little things that are just added touches, but pretty good size master closet. You get little coat hangers included in here, which is nice. But that is home number 3, and this home is listed at $899,000. So over $200,000 less than the last house that we looked at. And at that price for a community like this, it really is an amazing deal, especially out here where we're at on the Eagle side. And so let me know in the comments what you guys think of that $200,000+ price difference between this house and the first house on 0.3 acres out here. Thank you guys. And if you guys want to go deeper into Star, there's a home that is probably my favorite home that I've toured this year. Check out this video right here where I tour Torchlight Estates, and I go through one of my favorite houses and then one of my favorite smaller backyards that has amazing landscaping, and that's in the heart of Star, even closer to the foothills than we are right now. So check out that video. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope to meet you in person.